Imagine you're an archaeologist meticulously excavating a soil layer dated to 200,000 years ago, a time when, according to current science, only Homo erectus, our distant ancestor, roamed the earth. Suddenly, in your hand is a tooth exhibiting all the characteristics of Homo sapiens, modern humans like us. How bizarre is that? It would be like uncovering a fully intact iPhone while excavating an ancient Egyptian pharaoh's tomb. Unbelievable as it sounds, there it is, embedded in a pristine, undisturbed soil layer that has remained untouched for thousands of centuries. And this isn't an isolated case. Across the globe, scientists are uncovering astonishing evidence suggesting that time might not operate the way we've always believed. Let's delve into the scientific details of this remarkable discovery. The discovery site of this remarkable tooth is Mislia Cave, located on the slopes of Mount Carmel in Israel, on the western edge of Asia. Within a stratigraphic layer dated between 177,000 and 194,000 years ago, archaeologists unearthed an upper jawbone containing teeth with clear morphological features of Homo sapiens, modern humans. The issue is this. At that time, according to current scientific understanding, only Homo erectus or Neanderthals were believed to inhabit this region. Homo sapiens, according to mainstream theory, had not yet left Africa. The tooth's features are striking. It's up to 30% smaller than typical Homo erectus teeth. The enamel thickness and mineral density match those of modern humans. Morphologically, its grooves and fine features are unique to Homo sapiens, unseen in any predecessor species. Most critically, the sedimentary layer's integrity was confirmed. Scientists found no evidence of disturbance, no animal burrowing, natural shifts, or human interference. The geological layers remain in their original order, formed hundreds of thousands of years ago. Surrounding the tooth were stone tools typical of Homo erectus, further affirming the dating. This leads us to a crucial question. Is human history not a steady climb, but rather a strange symphony of beginnings, collapses, and restarts? Could modern humans have emerged multiple times, only to be erased by geological disasters, natural catastrophes, or internal wars? According to all current scientific understanding, Homo sapiens first appeared around 300,000 years ago in Africa. So how could they have been in Asia earlier, and more importantly, coexisting with Homo erectus? This directly contradicts the linear model of human evolution we've long accepted. Before diving into scientific theories, let's examine other evidence suggesting that human history might be far more complex than we know. Human footprints in Biloxi, Texas. Humans and dinosaurs walking together? At the Biloxi River in Texas, footprints believed to be from modern humans were found right beside, and sometimes within, dinosaur tracks. Creationists claimed this proved humans and dinosaurs coexisted, thus challenging evolutionary theory. Mainstream scientists dismissed it as erosion or deformed dinosaur prints that merely resemble human tracks. But could this be a time leak? A point where two timelines intersect, where time ceases to be linear and begins to twist. Footprints and tools in Crete, humans 6 million years ago? In 2017, fossilized footprints on the Greek island of Crete shook the archaeological world. Clear heels, lightly arched soles, toes aligned straight forward. The prints were strikingly human, unlike any known primate. What stunned scientists even more was their age, about 5.7 to 6 million years old, dating to the Miocene epoch, at least 3 million years before the earliest known hominins in Africa. If these prints truly belong to a bipedal, human-like creature, then the entire out-of-Africa theory, Africa is the sole cradle of humankind, might need re-evaluation. Though no human bones or coeval tools were found, the morphology suggests a Homo sapiens-like gait. Could there have been an early hominin branch in Europe that evolved independently and vanished without a trace? Or perhaps a primitive civilization lost to time, leaving behind only a few footprints in stone? Meanwhile, African strata from 200,000 years ago tell a different story. In Ethiopia, Homo sapiens fossils dated to about 195,000 years were found. In Morocco, bones as old as 315,000 years were uncovered. These finds reinforce the out of Africa hypothesis, that anatomically modern humans first emerged and spread from Africa. Yet Crete's footprints pose a paradox. If Homo sapiens only appeared 200,000 years ago, who left prints 6 million years ago? Perhaps human history isn't a single trunk, but a complex web of lost branches. To date, scientists haven't confirmed the prints were human, but neither can they completely disprove it. So who left them? A human, or something nearly human, that once walked, lived, and vanished from memory. The question lingers, silent, like the footprints carved in ancient stone. Ancient Homo sapiens, once emerged, then extinct? In 2017, at Jebel Irhoud, Morocco, archaeologists unearthed modern human bones dated to roughly 300,000 years, at least 100,000 years earlier than previously accepted. This discovery shook evolutionary foundations. The tale of Homo sapiens emerging in East Africa 200,000 years ago suddenly became a complex, branching history. Could modern humans have emerged more than once, only to be erased by geologic upheavals, disasters, or interspecies conflict? Are we not the beginning, but the latest in a repeating cycle of life, extinction, and rebirth? To explain these anomalies, we turn to quantum physics. Quantum tunneling is a phenomenon where particles pass through barriers considered impassable in classical physics. Some pioneering theoretical physicists have proposed a concept called temporal tunneling. Under extreme conditions, such as intense magnetic fields or high-energy radiation, time itself might bend and create tunnels connecting different moments. Einstein's theory of relativity already proved that time isn't absolute. Strong gravity and high velocity can slow or accelerate time's flow. Based on this, scientists theorize that gravitational anomalies on Earth might create time pockets, zones where time behaves differently. Intriguingly, many historical accounts of time slips exist. One of the most famous occurred at Versailles in 1901. Two British women, Charlotte Moberly and Eleanor Jordan, claimed to have traveled back in time while walking through the palace gardens. They described scenes and people unmistakably from the 18th century, vastly different from their present. The case remains unsolved to this day. Then, there's the phenomenon of OOPArts, out-of-place artifacts, items that appear out of their proper era. The London hammer was embedded in 400-million-year-old rock. The Antikythera mechanism, an ancient computing device, was found in a Roman shipwreck centuries ahead of its time. The Laetoli footprints resemble those of modern humans but date back 3.7 million years. One of the most puzzling finds is the Klerksdorp spheres. In a South African mine, dozens of small metallic spheres with perfect concentric grooves were found in rock nearly 3 billion years old. Some believe they're remnants of an ancient civilization, or even alien artifacts. Geologists say they're natural crystal formations. These findings lead us to the time leak hypothesis. Perhaps the mysterious tooth was the result of a local time anomaly. For a fleeting moment, the boundary between 200,000 years ago and the present blurred. A Homo sapiens from the future, perhaps 100,000 years ahead, fell into the past and left their trace. Let's explore mysterious locations that might be actual gateways between eras. First is the Batagaika crater in Siberia, dubbed the Gateway to Hell. It appeared suddenly in the 1960s and has expanded ever since. Its depth now exceeds 100 meters and continues growing. The temperature inside is abnormally high, 15 degrees Celsius warmer than the surroundings, with no clear cause. Strangely, the soil layers inside the crater are completely reversed. Older layers lie on top, newer ones below, defying natural geologic order. Odd discoveries include fossils from different epochs in the same layer, petrified wood with ages ranging erratically from 40,000 to 200,000 years, and sophisticated metallic fragments with nanoscale structures no ancient civilization could have made. These metals resemble the Klerksdorp spheres. Where is the line between natural and artificial, between random and designed? Next are Guatemala's mysterious sinkholes. These hundreds of meter-deep pits appeared overnight without seismic or volcanic activity. Even stranger, they emit a blue glow at night. Scientific analysis revealed the glow was not chemical, but similar to Cherenkov radiation, emitted when particles exceed light speed in a medium. This hints at temporal energy leakage. The Vredefort crater in South Africa, Earth's largest meteorite impact site, also presents anomalies. Formed 2 billion years ago, it's 300 kilometers wide. Discoveries include deep buried metallic artifacts, rocks with erratic dating patterns, and most notably, carbon traces with DNA-like structures in soil, 1.8 billion years old. Magnetic analysis ties all these prehistoric craters together. Each has abnormal magnetism, creating a temporal distortion zone up to 50 kilometers wide. Astonishingly, 80% of global ooparts were found within such zones. This leads to a compelling theory. These craters might be tears in time's fabric. They act as local time wormholes. The mysterious Homo sapiens tooth may have fallen through one from 100,000 years in the future, explaining its presence in ancient sediment. Further research reveals an astonishing pattern behind these anomalies. Geographically, 90% of ooparts are within 100 kilometers of a prehistoric crater. These zones experience low-level, unexplained seismic activity. Their magnetic fields are distorted by 15 to 30% from normal. Temporally, oopart discoveries follow an 11-year cycle, coinciding with the sun's activity cycle. During solar storms, oopart sightings spike by 300%. From this, we can build the temporal grid theory. Earth might be covered by an invisible time grid, an unseen energy network. The prehistoric craters are key nodes. When the grid is vibrated by solar or magnetic disturbances, objects may leap across time. Evidence supports this theory strongly. These craters form perfect geometric lines across Earth. Their distances follow the golden ratio, a natural constant. When one crater activates, magnetic shifts or glowing, others show simultaneous disturbances, as if they're communicating across space. After all the analysis and evidence, we reach several major scientific conclusions. What we know for certain: the Homo sapiens tooth was indeed found in 200,000-year-old strata, verified by multiple methods. The prehistoric craters possess unexplained physical properties. There's a statistically undeniable link between ooparts and these craters. The most plausible hypothesis: time is not a linear stream, but a complex, multi-dimensional grid. Under certain conditions, intense magnetism, seismic activity, solar events, nodes of this grid may briefly connect different eras. The tooth is direct, tangible evidence of natural time travel. This discovery may rewrite human history. Homo sapiens might have appeared earlier or coexisted with ancestral species longer than believed. History isn't a straight line. It's a multi-dimensional structure. And perhaps we've already encountered future versions of ourselves without realizing it. These findings also raise new possibilities for ancient civilizations. They might have been far more advanced using natural time gates. Some unsolved mysteries, from the pyramids of Giza to South American megaliths, might find explanations through this phenomenon. Future research should prioritize mapping all prehistoric craters and analyzing their relationships. We must study the connection between solar activity and OOPART frequencies. Most importantly, we must develop technology to read time from ancient objects, like decoding DNA. The potential is thrilling. If we understand the mechanism, we might predict when and where time gates open. We could explore history directly, not just through relics. Perhaps even communicate with past and future, a dream once confined to science fiction. The tiny tooth we examine today is not just a relic of the past. It may be the key to a greater truth. Time isn't what we think it is. If time can leak and ages can overlap like ripples on water, then human history is not closed. It's still being written, maybe even rewritten right now. Perhaps we are not the end product of evolution, but participants actively shaping our own past. And maybe, one day, we'll become the mystery future generations try to uncover. If you could send a short message to the past, what would you say to your ancestors?